In a single day, Rome lost up to 70,000 men. 70,000. Not in a long campaign, not over years of war, in hours. It was one of the bloodiest days in ancient history. And it happened because the most powerful military force in the Mediterranean made one fatal mistake. It believed numbers guaranteed victory. This is the story of the Battle of Cannae, the day Rome nearly stopped existing. By 216 BCE, Rome believed itself unstoppable. But there was one man who kept proving otherwise: Hannibal. He had already marched an army across the Alps, lost thousands along the way, fought and defeated Roman forces multiple times on Italian soil. He understood something critical. Rome was stronger in open battle. So he would not fight Rome on Rome's terms. He would turn its strength into a weakness. Rome's response was simple: overwhelm him. They assembled nearly 80,000 infantry, thousands of cavalry. It was one of the largest armies the Republic had ever fielded. This was not just a military operation. It was a demonstration of dominance. They chose open, flat land near Cannae, perfect for mass infantry engagement. The Roman plan was straightforward: advance, crush the center, end the war. They believed weight and pressure would break the enemy line. They believed density meant power. They were wrong. Hannibal arranged his army in an unusual formation. At the center, he placed his weaker infantry in a curved line that bulged outward. On the flanks, he positioned his strongest African troops. His cavalry waited on the wings. When the battle began, the Roman legions advanced aggressively, and the Carthaginian center began to fall back, slowly, deliberately. To the Romans, it looked like victory. They pushed harder, deeper. They compressed themselves tighter and tighter as they drove forward. What they didn't see was that the curved line was changing shape. The Carthaginian center was not collapsing. It was bending, like a bow under tension. As the Romans surged inward, the curved formation reshaped around them. Then, the flanks moved. Hannibal's African infantry advanced from both sides, disciplined, precise, controlled. At the same time, Carthaginian cavalry defeated the Roman horsemen and swept behind the Roman rear. Within hours, the Roman army was surrounded: front, flanks, rear. There was no exit. The trap had closed. Inside the encirclement, there was almost no space left. Roman soldiers were packed so tightly that many could barely lift their weapons. The formation that was meant to protect them had become a prison. The heat grew heavier with every passing minute. Dust filled their lungs, mixing with sweat and blood. Men struggled to breathe. They could not maneuver. They could not retreat. Every movement was blocked by another body pressed against them. Some historians believe many died without even being struck, crushed by the sheer pressure of shields and armor, suffocated where they stood, trampled as the mass of men collapsed inward. Hour after hour, the circle tightened. This was not a sudden explosion of violence. It was systematic, measured, relentless. By midday, thousands were already dead. By afternoon, organized resistance was collapsing. By evening, the Roman army had ceased to exist as a fighting force. Up to 70,000 Romans lay dead. Consuls, senators, officers, veterans. An entire layer of Roman leadership disappeared in a single day. It was not just a battlefield defeat. It was a psychological earthquake. When news reached Rome, panic spread through the city. Emergency measures were declared. Citizens feared Hannibal would march directly on the capital. There was almost nothing left to stop him. The road to Rome was open. And yet, Hannibal did not march. Historians still debate why. Was his army exhausted? Did he lack siege equipment? Was he waiting for Rome's allies to defect? Whatever the reason, that decision changed history. Because Rome did not surrender. It rebuilt. It avoided large-scale confrontation. It adapted. Years later, Rome would carry the war into North Africa. Hannibal would eventually be defeated, but Cannae remained a permanent scar, A reminder that even the greatest power can be destroyed by its own momentum. 70,000 men. One day. One trap. And a republic that came closer to annihilation than ever before. And survived.